Imaginary friend. When you were younger, you certainly had an imaginary friend. But if in reality, your friend was actually a skinwalker who lived inside your house without you knowing, until one traumatizing night. Welcome to the disturbing story of dog nightmares. Welcome, viewer, to another episode of the most mysterious YouTube channels. Before starting, I want to say thank you for the support on the last episode, and since you guys liked it, here's another. But without further ado, let's go. I'm Sir Chris. I explore the internet and I make videos about it. This story begins on a channel with just 6 videos called Piggy Soda, which was created on October 11th of 2022, and it opened its doors with the first video, Dog Show, where our protagonist, who later on we see that she was called Emily, was recording a program. The program shows us humans with dog heads, who one of them brought the car for an inspection, where the mechanic starts by doing his job. While he repairs the car, I will quickly tell you that this video really was aired in television and was made for the show Sesame Street. Emily had a photo in her hand, and when she places it in front of the television, something disturbing appears. A dog with no eyes, looking directly at her. Which, eventually the program comes back, and it ends with the last sentence.
Uh-oh. Could be trouble.
Something strange is happening here, but with this in mind, we move on to the second video, Childhood Dreams, which shows us several recreations of photos and drawings. In the middle of the compilation, several sinister drawings of stairs appears, with one of them having the eyeless dog, which then passes to the camera of the protagonist, who is now collecting the drawings she made, until she comes across the drawing of the dog in the window, in which he was right in front of a window. Bite shows us another episode of Sesame Street, and when the dog checks the tackle box, it suddenly cuts to a recording of Emily on March 2009, putting up posters of a missing dog. And in one night of April, Emily can't sleep, and so decides to record another episode of her favorite program. The episode shows the dogs in the restaurant deciding what they want to eat. After deciding, the waiter brings the food, and then the program freezes, which reveals an entity looking directly at Emily, even within the static, which even corrupts the scene for a frame before returning back to normal. And this is the first episode where we have Emily's first message. Sorry that some of the audio is cut off, my camera isn't working so well. I haven't been feeling all that great lately. And in the episode My New Best Friend, everything starts to make a little more sense. It starts with the Fisherman episode, which, like the previous one, suddenly cuts to another recording of Emily, but this time in 24th of March. The protagonist notices that someone is ripping off the posters that she staples, but with that, she staples again, and then we have a look at her diary. 29th of January. Someone called again. They haven't found him yet, but someone keeps calling me. But every time I pick up the phone, there is silence on the other end. I keep trying to block out the number, but they just keep calling. 25th of February. Got a note from a friend today. He said he got me something for my late birthday. I haven't spoken to him in a while, since I've been busy looking for Bailey. He wanted me to record myself reacting to his gift, but I'm a little tired at the moment. I will take a look at it tomorrow. And as promised, the next day, she records herself opening the gift. As her camera was broken and there was no sound, she had a text. But inside the box was a small book with a text that was impossible to read. And also had her favorite movie, The Hartley Boys in Hartley Gold. Until her camera dies while recording the album. More precisely, when pointing at the photo of Emily and Bailey. Who's gonna tell her that the dog doesn't look good? I won't. 2nd of March 2009. I keep having that dream again. I keep going around asking my neighbors to keep an eye out for you. I'm sorry I couldn't come home, and you must have gone to look for me. As we continue reading the pages, we realize that she wasn't going to give up that easily, no matter how much poster she had to staple again, and no matter how little sleep she gets. Until the 19th of March, she finds a light at the end of the tunnel. Old photos and a book that she made when she was 7 or 8 years old that was left in her old house. And she decides to show it, but to who? She's probably showing this to her oldest friend, Jindal. And for you to know who he is, I will tell you the story inside of her book. The story tells us about a rainy day where her mother had to go to work, and so left Emily alone at home, or at least she thought she was alone. Before going, the mother tells Emily not to open the door to strangers, and when someone knocks, she should go up to her room and lock the door. But to get to her room, she had to pass through a dark hall that made noise. Until one special night, she lets the curiosity take the best of her. So she picks up a flashlight and goes to see what was inside of the hall. And then she discovers that she was never alone. And now we realize Jindal was her new best friend. And everything ends with Emily watching the film she received, until she drops a photo which shows us a man and a woman with a message saying, "He's still out there." But now, what's really happening? Okay, so here's my theory. Dog Nightmares tells us the story of Emily, a child who during her childhood liked William Wegman. But when we're watching the series that marked her childhood, someone did not forget her the same way that she did. Jindal. Jindal and Amy met on a specific day when their mother went to work, and she ended up being alone. Until her curiosity kicks in, and she decides to see what was inside of the hole. Which was a skinwalker or a man with the mask of her favorite show. I prefer it to be a skinwalker because the unknown is always more disturbing. And so Jindal ends up becoming her best friend, and in the future, her worst enemy. As she grows up, she eventually moves to another house and gets a new best friend, Bailey. Until one day Bailey disappears, and Amy desperately searches for him for months. And during the recordings, we realize that Jindal, the skinwalker, rips off the poster she puts, watches her through the window, in the film, in the program, and it was even him who kidnapped Bailey. And through a drawing, we realize that Bailey wasn't alive. But now, only time will tell. But for now, the story ends up with a comma and a painting of Bailey. And you, viewer, what is your theory behind all of this? Let me know in the comments, and take care, my friend.